Hello to another episode of Gerald Jeffrey's podcast, and today we are talking on some resource management, economics, entrepreneurship, all that kind of stuff. On as my guest today, we have Krolo and King Coden. What's up, gents?
Yo,
What's up? What's up?
yo.
So they say economics is how people use scarce resources to satisfy their wants and needs. So tell me a little bit of something about your wants and needs and their satisfaction. Tell me about your wants and needs. Yeah, like what do you think is a want, and how is it different from a need, and how do you go about satisfying them?
You can live without a need,
You can live without a need,
but you can live without a want.
so it's
A want
like
is just secondary, like
so it's like them high priority things then.
it's sort of like priorities and stuff. So
What need comes to your mind right now?
like,
Let's talk about needs right now.
you know that you need food.
For
You
sure,
know
for
that
sure.
You need clothes.
Uh-huh.
But now on the want type, you now want it like an expensive clothes. That was also want, and that's priority. You can't spend more. You know I'm posting.
Little bit about that.
Yeah, babe. So like
Uh-huh.
scarcity, like it's like the layer off of something. So like
Yeah, we definitely lacking resources. Yeah.
so like when you're lacking,
Uh-huh.
you now gotta like be smart about how you move.
For sure.
This situation. So
Yeah, don't use your last cents to buy shoes when you need to eat. You know what I'm saying?
that's what's up. So like
Uh
and now this kind of like your mentality, so like I think you need to be mature in a way.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
when you make these decisions, you need to think about long term, like will this thing help me like in the near future? Is this thing for like joy just now? Like what's gonna happen? So once you get those things aligned, I think you can now like make more.
So give me an idea of your biggest goals in life, the ones that act as your guide, like to say if I don't accomplish this, then I haven't made it. What's your biggest goals in life? You're trying to live long, isn't it?
I live in Cali, man. So
These niggas want to jump overboard, leave everybody.
that's the level that I gotta reach. So like, that's a long plane ride away from here, brother.
I mean, of course, everybody wants to live a more comfortable life, and California is definitely that. But what do you think about like time? Don't you want to increase the amount of time you will live, and how much what's the limit of that? Is there such a thing as too short a life or too long a life? Get me your insight on that, bro.
Too short to life, too long a life. Life, I don't think it's just numbers. I think life is experience.
So you don't think even if you die today, your life hasn't been too short?
Depends on my experience. Like if I think I felt every emotional I felt in this lifetime.
You done felt everything, boy. That's how you feel.
That's how I feel, man.
Alright.
I'm more fatigued.
So if you wake up tomorrow dead in your sleep, you're satisfied, nigga.
Nah, I ain't satisfied. I'm just saying if I was at that state where everything I needed to do was done.
Get me an idea of what a long life, like a life that's too long for you. How long would that be?
How long life be like?
Would you like to live like for eternity? Let's say if you could keep on making smart decisions in life, and death never catches up to you because you're moving right, you're moving correctly.
I want to be immortal.
Immortality.
I just want to see how things unravel in this earth, but yeah.
So let's take that as a fundamental goal for a second. Let's say your biggest goal in life is to live as long as possible, to achieve mortality. Uh, on that basis, how are you achieving, like, how are you creating more time in your life? How are you using your resources to create more time?
More time.
Yeah.
Like like what's in the first place? What's finishing my time?
Yeah, what's finishing? I mean,
Finishing.
you could get hit by a car, you could get struck by disease. That could finish your time immediately. You could starve
Yeah.
to death. By eating, automatically you're increasing your time. If you think about it, you know what I'm saying? Every
Yeah.
time you eat, you give yourself like 5 more hours or some shit like
Yeah.
that. Uh-huh. So how are you moving to increase your time, boy?
Like no.
Are you trying to
I
learn
make
some stuff to
I'm
try
making the
and
right choices. I mean, in a way, because everything I'm doing is like taking me to a certain point in the future, which means that I'm trying to get to that time.
which time
Yeah.
is there, boy? You're really trying to live. But man, tell me something about this living in eternity, man. Like, what? Doesn't it get old? I mean, doesn't death, the possibility of death, give life that thrill of making it worth living?
Nah, I get. I've come to accept in terms of death and stuff. I'm just saying immortality. You just want to see how things like would unfold.
I'll tell you how I think of eternity. I think I don't like. I wouldn't want eternity if it was like, if I had many alternatives, but it's because I'm scared of death. I'd rather not die, and I don't know when I would actually reach a point in my life where I'm saying now I'm ready to die. So because I keep on postponing my death, that's how I end up living for forever. Because I'm fucking scared of death. You scared?
Now that thing does now go with your reasoning at that point,
Ah.
because you can't come to terms with it. You can accept the fate, but yeah, at the same time, you're just curious like me, man. Like, what does the future have? What's gonna happen? What are the interactions and stuff? I'm just fascinated and stuff. Man.
So back to your scarce limited resources right now. How the time you've invested in your school and the money you've invested in your school, has this been a wise investment? Because you have to think about it this way: if you have limited resources, what it means essentially is, by satisfying uh, one need, or let's say, a certain category of needs, automatically there are things you haven't done, there's needs you haven't satisfied, and if you messed up, you could die. It's like you have to try to do the best you can.
That's what's up.
The items of highest comparative advantage, so to say.
Yeah.
So I'm on the issue of scarce resources there, and I'm like, what are you doing with your scarce resources, and do you think this is the best that you could have done with them, or if you fucked up somewhere somehow? First of all, what are your scarce resources that you are using right now? What has the world availed you with? Do you have a lot of wealth?
I have lower middle class wealth and just trying to stress that money aspires. It goes, it can go. At the same time, trying to like grab something from the side so you can like can put that thing into like, your main pocket and stuff. But yeah, I've been trying to make this shit happen like every day, every time because it's gonna come a time when this shit ends and I
Yeah,
don't
for
know,
sure, for
maybe
sure.
it'll be worth it, maybe not, but worth a chance. And they say, what they say, the ultimate price is regret. So imagine me regretting after 5 days, like, yo, let me get my degree, man.
You don't want to regret nothing. Are you scared of regret?
The ultimate price is regret, bro. Like, there's nothing more painful than regret. Those
That's
what
true.
ifs.
God damn, you're saying regret is like the highest form of pain. Like,
It's like the highest form of pain.
you can have an individual with limited resources, preferring to eat them, and then at some point in time they'll finish those resources and then they'll die. Then you have an individual who's trying to eat as little as he can and trying to grow them. So to me, you strike me as an individual who's uh, eating as little and investing as much as you can in your education. So tell me how that looks like in your education system. Okay, so let me read a statement to you and then just try to say something about it. The prices of all environmental resources have been declining in the course of history. Now, this is strange because imagine if the world just truly has limited resources, if we've been taught to believe. It means with time, we'd have been eating more and more of them and having fewer and fewer left. And automatically, the fewer resources left would be of higher market demand and would have increased prices. So you'd expect that from Adam's time to now, people would have ate so many resources that there'll be so few left that they'll be so bloody expensive. Only a few elite will have access to them. But the trends in history are that environmental resources have been declining, like the prices of them. And this is not characteristic of scarcity. Tell me about that. Do you think scarcity is an illusion that we've made ourselves come to believe? Are you feeling it in your everyday life, the impacts of scarcity, or do you think this is a flipping illusion? Are we in the matrix here? What's going on? Tell me, man.
I think it's real in a way, because like if scarcity wasn't there, then
You'd have
prices,
satisfied all your wants and needs, like all of them, and
there would be no classes like middle class, top class, upper class. Everyone would be the same because there
that's
would be no
true.
scarcity.
That's so fucking true.
Just in a way,
So which need haven't you satisfied that just pisses you off? Like, oh fuck scarcity, I should have satisfied this need long back.
like
That you keep, like, you still can't satisfy today because priorities. If only I didn't have them, if only I could do everything, Which, but what is that one need, that urge that you still haven't met yet?
yeah, man, like I thought I have money by now, but like
Uh-huh.
damn man, time is still stretching, going on and on.
God
So,
damn.
like,
But I'm saying, if you hate that, man, isn't you want to grow your resources, isn't
yeah.
you want to solve your scarcity? So I want, what really drives you to solve that scarcity? What's that need that you wish? If only I didn't have priorities, then I would definitely, like. There's obviously something you're not doing because of priorities, isn't? Uh,
That cash grab, I'm not doing it because of what? Because of school or stuff.
God damn. So you tell me you could have jumped school and went straight to the cash grab?
You could have cash grab, but like school, you know where we're at, but school is now just, I don't know, a side.
So
If you want, like,
so
you
we
have to, I don't know.
So we definitely feel in scarcity in our everyday, in our day-to-day life. I wonder why they aren't seeing that trend in history.
I don't know.
It's a weird thing, ain't it? I think for today we've talked for like 14 minutes. That's what's up. Gerald Jeffers podcast, and we out.